so many trees. I wonder how many animals live out there, and how many of them like to drink blue juice. Wow! The wind is blowing the little dandelion parachutes all the way up here, but they're too far away to catch by hand. That looks like an arm grabbing at the air. I could make that into a handy slingshot, or a dowsing rod. Too bad I'm no bigger than a mouse. Oh, the brook is getting pretty dangerous here. If only I had known. Looks like the house was built between the roots from below. That must have been a pretty exhausting job. Locked.
Hey, stop messing with the window. Take a hike.
I think I just heard somebody. That sounded like a cry for help.
Calling for help? Never! I told you to skedaddle!
Again! I'm sure someone needs my help in there. I have to get in there somehow.
The whole kind of coughing is out. She has fake coughing, not me.
How cute. It's so sticky. Huh, the snail did a good job sealing the envelope. Whoa! The stamp made a zillion copies of the invitation. They hardly fit in my backpack now. But I now have approximately 1 zillion invitations. Thanks, Madget. But who's going to deliver them all now? Locked and bolted. I think somebody just coughed in there. And said, bah!
Shove off! I'm sick!
That sounded like a cry for help. I have to get in there somehow. Anyone taller than a mouse, or taller than me for that matter, probably, but there it is, hidden among anyone's hidden among. Uncles are liable for grandparents and cousins, and vice versa. They planted root fields in between all the trees, and they stretch out far into the forest. Planting and harvesting all those roots must be an awful lot of work. Securely locked.
Well, then unlock it, you shit.
Securely. Parents are liable for their children, children are liable for their parents. In case of non-compliance, we shall refuse to deliver blue juice for a period of no less than 3 weeks. Yes, this means you. Trespassing in the dwarf root fields is strictly prohibited. The great when? Strange. And another. Good idea. I'll try to cut a hole in the glass. I'd say that worked pretty well. Now what?
That's a diamond tip nail.
I need to watch out. How can I remove the... I must do just like the pro...
Movies? Is that your name? Beat it, burglar!
A professional job. Bye, Shimmering Snail. I think I'd better let it go on its way now. There! Another cry for help! I need to find out what's going on here. Hello?
Hello, my punty hat. It's juvenile delinquent.
What? I thought you were calling for help.
Ah, help? A wood dwarf never asks for help.
You... There, again.
Do you see those hatches? I'm about to come over there and lock you up in one of our tunnels. And there you can...
Admire the tunnels? Again, you just called for help again.
Called for help? A sneeze, that's all. I've come down with a dwarf cold. Must have caught it somewhere in the hiking tunnel when I went to see my parents.
Cough sounds like a sneeze.
All right.
About my dwarf cold, my housemates have already headed for the hills. That's what I would have done in their place. A dwarf cold's nothing to sneeze at.
Are you sure I can't help you somehow?
Yes, I'm sure. Nobody can help me. Although, except for one person, perhaps, she could help me. If she wanted to. But, a wood dwarf never asks for help.
Nothing. The machine is running again. The little sign says, Blue Juice Machine, a wood dwarf patent, reproduction prohibited. Another one of those stickers.
Oh,
That's an awful lot of tunnels. I wonder what the dwarves are hiding in there. I'll take that. Remember thank you gift for the badgers for the rhubarb pie. That's an awful lot. I wonder what... Logger, this bed is also empty. On this bed it says, soft steel. I'm sure my mug is an all-purpose weapon, but it won't help me here. The little sign says, Blue Juice Machine, a wood reproduction. Oops, wait a minute. There's something under the board. A card, but a really unusual one. Are you sure I can't help you somehow?
Yes. Nobody.
Who would...
Anya Mouse. Now that old Uli is gone, she's... the...
Only one?
She's the only one who can deal with illnesses.
So let's go and ask her.
Would...
On the door it says, Premium Dwarf Root Storage. It also says, hands off. And it's firmly locked. There, at last. I won't need the key anymore. I'll just leave it in the lock.
Hi, baby.
Could you deliver this for me?
I would love to do that. But now my bike's got stuck here and there's nothing I can do about it. That means I can't deliver the mail. I've never been this late on my round.
That doesn't need any spec.
But the weather has been really strange around this tree for the last couple of weeks. And now it's even started. But without my mail bike, I can't.
Let's see if coffee will melt it.
One hot coffee. Too bad. My coffee's cold.
Damn it.
This thing, it smells. I want. Now my mug is empty. Cool mushroom.
Just a sec. Welcome back.
One of the dwarves is sick.
Oh, fudge. Don't worry. Old Uli taught me a lot about dwarf illnesses. Off to the wood dwarves. Blistering blue Battenberg. This is a very bad case of dwarf cold.
That's what I said. Really, really bad.
Don't you worry. Old Uli taught me a remedy for this. Jerry, Will you help me find a few ingredients for this poor dwarf?
Of course.
Oh, thank you. Here, take this recipe. Gesundheit.
Gesundheit.
I'll be in the cafe getting everything ready. The recipe is a list of things we need to get the poor guy back out to the root fields. And then at last we'll get some blue juice again. Steinberg, we'll have you back on your feet in no time. And now I need to hurry back. I've got a delicious buttercup pie in the oven.
To heal the dwarf and your needs. A yellow marsh marigold pod, a fish scale, and some pepper. I'd better hold...
Just a sec. How can I help you?
About the dwarf medicine.
You found all the ingredients. Let's hope that old Uli's recipe is good for something. There's some pepper left over. Here. Uli's medicine has to be stirred into something liquid and then administered to the patient. And then there will be blue juice once again. And we're going to need lots of blue juice for the early Treetop Festival.
About the...
Uli's medicine has to be stirred and then there will be...
See you later.
Take care.
That's Anya's medicine. One hot coffee. Too bad. There, I stirred in the medicine. I wonder if it tastes good like that. My coffee's cold.
This won't help. It'll only... Stay away from me.
Okay, I really shouldn't do this. If only Mr. Churchmouse hadn't tied that thread to my coin. The temptation is just too great. It worked! Like with the gumball machine next to my school. Not that I would know. I've just heard things. The last keg of blue juice and a little sticker. Empty. The wood dwarves probably haven't got round to take a jug for some good luck. Now, the last keg of blue juice. I'd better be careful with it. I'd better keep the blue juice. There isn't very much of it. Now, the last keg. The last.
Blue juice smells delicious. But this isn't just blue juice. I can smell something else too.
Of course. It also contains dwarf cold medicine.
Oh!
Why don't you just take the mug?
Bah! With a dwarf cold, if you weren't so
A wood dwarf is not an easy patient.
my legs. Even my blue smell of that. I can.
Of course.
Oh.
Well, why don't you just...
Bah! With a dwarf, if you were
A wood dwarf.
my legs. Even.
Jesus Christ.
Seems like the wood dwarf... Or perhaps it had a visit from their granny. My mum always cleans our place then too. I mean when our granny comes over, not the wood dwarf's granny. We don't even know her. There. Yeah, that's the way I always take my cough syrup. Here's some blue juice medicine to help with your bad dwarf cold. Say ah.
Our blue juice. The original. Delicious.
Some colour's already returning to your cheeks.
And tomorrow we will see to the harvest.
You should stay in bed.
In bed. Stay in bed. Sleep at last. No sore throat. No dwarf cold. And no dwarf cough.
Exactly.
Anya. You must go to Anya.
That's quite far away, you know.
Take tunnel 47.
Tunnel 47? This one. What? Why didn't you tell me that before?
Dwarf secret. You must go to Anya. Tell her thanks. Starting tomorrow, there will be. Starting tomorrow, there will be blue juice once again.
I did it! The dwarves are going to produce blue juice again, and Anya can go ahead and prepare for the Treetop Festival. Now all I have to do is send out the invitations. He's asleep. Oh, sounds like he's sawing wood. I'm sure my mug is an The little son blue juice, a wood reproduce. No. You must be kidding! A shortcut? Couldn't somebody have told me that sooner?
No kidding.
Welcome back.
About the blue juice.
How wonderful. Uli's medicine is bound to work. Customers have been asking for days when there'll be blue juice again. And we're going to need lots of blue juice for the early Treetop Festival.
See you later.
Take care.
One hot. Too bad I don't. Here comes Anya's piping hot coffee.
You're not just gonna pour it on the ground, are you? Anya's coffee is wood famous and so good. Her?
We're going to use it to free your bike.
We are? In that case, what are you waiting for?
It worked! See, Plato?
Thank you, Jerry. Now I can finally get back in the saddle and deliver the mail. I heard you would like to send out invitations.
Yes. I'm supposed to send invitations for the Treetop Festival to all the citizens of Mousewood.
Really? That's a lot of invitations. But friends are supposed to help each other out. And you've already helped me out more than once. I'll be waiting for you here. Bring me your invitations and I'll distribute them for you.
Thanks, Plato.
No, I need to thank you. You helped me even though you didn't know me. You're a true tree walker. Her?
The coffee melted the ice.
Thank you, Jerry.
Could you deliver this for me?
That's a lot of invitations. But friends are supposed to help each Her? I'd better get going. There's so much to do. Like I always say, a single hop is not that hard. And many hops in a row can get you anywhere. But we could use my bike as well.
Your bicycle?
Sure, if you want to travel faster through Mousewood and its surroundings. Just call on me. Then I'll give you a ride on my mail bike. Just use this clicker frog with one of the golden post horns that you find everywhere in Mousewood. Whenever you're in a hurry, just sound its legendary call. Then I'll come flying by on my faithful bike and take you wherever you need to go.
Flying?
Riding, I mean.
Wow, thank you.
But I won't do this for just anyone, so keep it to yourself. And where would you like to go now? Woohoo! Hello, Jerry. Well, where to?